Welcome back to After the Cut podcast. We got my man Ray, my supply guy, back in the building. How you doing today, man?
Fantastic, man. Fantastic.
Cool.
We are back. We are back. We are back. Right?
Hey, last time we was on here, right? You had I think you just started the my supply guy store.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
That was like a year ago, man. When we first got on here, man.
Yeah.
So during the times from last time I was here, we talked about it, and you was here. I mean, how has that been? Like, has it been challenging? Has it gotten better? Like, 'cause I know we had different climates with the economy and all that stuff going down. Like, how did it affect the industry from your perspective?
Well, you know, in this, it's a volatile situation right now in the industry. For everybody, literally. For the last couple of years, things is up and down. People still trying to figure out where and what direction the industry is going.
Right.
And I think that's still going on right now. So for me, it was strictly building and figuring out different things that work and don't work, where to put my attention, for the business itself, because the retail side is different than what I'm accustomed to doing.
Right. Right.
So the learning curve every year, every 6 months is something else that I want to implement that's going to make the business better, have a better presence, and it's an ongoing process.
So what things you implemented that you think made it better?
The key is always being more in tune with the industry.
Right.
On all levels. I've always, look forward to doing that, because that's the only way we keep connected, in this industry, is always being, hands-on, communicating with our clients, our customers, whether it's retail from regular individuals or from the professionals.
Right.
Having great dialogue, communication, and having a spot in the store, like when people come to the store, they feel comfortable.
What's your relationship with Barber Evil, and how do you think it's going to help with us, like the industry, in terms of like what we can collab with?
That's a great question, because Barber Evo is a very important tool, and can be used as an important tool in the industry. First of all, the quality of work that they do, you see it. For example, I don't know the last time this was a cover.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This was last year and everything, and the most recent edition is the one that you have. If you check it out, the quality of work that they produce is exceptional.
Yeah.
And they are really involved in the industry and building something. A lot of people are not familiar with them.
Yeah, right.
So what the works that they're doing is really getting to know the industry, and on this side of the world, because they're international.
Okay.
Their headquarters is in Europe.
Right.
Barber Evo is a very, very great editorial magazine. It keeps everybody up to speed on what has been going on in the industry, new products, new whether it's wet lines, whether it's tools, whether it's education. So it was a great fit for me to develop a relationship with them.
Gotcha.
And ever since we've been doing that, I would say in a few years now that we have developed our relationship, and we have a great one.
Right. And I've seen like you got a lot of people in Barber Evil also. So like, what does it take for somebody to be like featured in an article or a page, or however you guys do that?
There's several ways. The reason why I actually took on the responsibility myself to get more and more individuals on our side in the magazine, because I see the value in it even prior to anybody else seeing the value in
Right.
it. The word used to be, periodicals is, outdated, and magazines outdated, everything's supposed to be digital. And I was like, that's not how this works.
Right.
Because this industry is a hands-on kind of thing. Okay. And what used to be the barbershop sitting down and have a set of people in a room is no longer that.
That's true. And honestly, like, so I got these drinks sitting down at the shop. So client pick them up too and read them, go through them and see what's going on also. They may not understand, like, as far as like how big it is to have it in here, and the barber that they're seeing on here, what it takes to get to that point, to get inside here. 'Cause I feel like I like it because I think it highlight what we do.
Yes.
And I think it makes it like, I think it's better for people to see how serious we take this. You know what I mean?
It actually makes the profession more real,
Yeah.
more tangible from the client side. Now they could see something that, okay, my barber is taking care of me, but he actually has a skill. He actually is being recognized for what he does or what she does,
Right.
as a profession.
Right.
You see, prior to that, or the industry itself, clients don't look at you like that.
Even now, like when the industry is at, it's you still kind of molding them until understand that you're a professional. You know what I mean? I feel like that when you got stuff like this, and then the way you conduct business, they understand. Like, man, this dude really take this serious. This ain't a hustle; it's a career for him. And this career, you could build a franchise with it. You could feed your family with it. You could retire off this if you do it the right way.
So a client could easily say, "Yeah, why should I even patronize you when I could go in the mirror and do that?" But you could say that about a mechanic. You could say that about a doctor. You could say, like, well, I gotta go to the doctor if I got Google.
Right.
Like, really? Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me know how that works out for you.
Right.
Because you're gonna want a certain kind of level of results.
Right.
And your little bit of knowledge and information and skill is not going to do it as a client.
Right, it's not.
It's not going to do it. Okay, you're going to eventually have to go and get a professional, and that's what it is. So the magazine itself is showing the world that this is actually a professional thing that's going on. It's not a fly-by-night anymore.
Right.
It's not below the table. It's not under. It's above the table now.
So, and on to piggyback off of that. So, I think like right now, another thing that I think that we should do more in the industry too is collabs. I feel like competition is cool on a friendly level and healthy level, but I also believe that we got to collab more too. Because more so, you don't really see too many barbers collab. It's always like, oh, he better than him, he better than this person, and that's cool. That's friendly competition. I understand that, but I feel like that once people see that we collab and see that understanding, like, okay, they're competitive, but they're respectful for each other at the same time. I think that'll grow more in the industry also. I feel like that I personally feel like every haircut should come with a shampoo at this point.
And that's something that's actually growing in the industry now.
So just little things like that, and also even with that, it's just showcasing skill. Like as far as like, okay, that's my dude. We have a little friendly competition real quick. Not no battle, but just on some like collab type stuff. We might do a video and 1 and 2 stuff like it's like what John doing,
right?
Stuff like that. Nothing personal.
I always look at the industry as any other industry, and the kind of things that's unique to this industry is not universal across the board. So, for example, the competitive nature of it, yes, it's great, but as you say, collaboration is key.
Right.
Building relationships is key. For you to last in the industry, you have to build strong relationships with your colleagues,
right,
other shops, other businesses in the industry, because that's how you're going to actually be able to sustain yourself as on that business level. Competition, having a back and forth or whatever like that, is great camaraderie and things of that nature if it's in the right context.
Exactly.
That's where it falls. If you're in the right context and you taking it the right way, you're good. Right. It's gonna benefit everyone.
Yeah, okay. At the end of the day, it's like even with the whole they did the versus thing, I think during COVID. So it's competitive and you both winning.
Yes,
everybody's seeing what y'all doing.
Right.
So it's like you're not losing at all.
No.
If all y'all, if they're showcasing both of y'all skills on a big platform, everybody watching it, clients, the whole nine. It's like, oh man, both of these dudes pretty good, so it helps both y'all business at the end of the day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I guess if your ego in the way, the loss might hurt you a little bit. I said,
it might help you too. It might be like, okay, I know I got to work on, because the only time you get to improve is if you see something that you don't have.
Exactly, but a lot of people don't take it like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you might even could a client. So as a barber, a client tell you that they don't like something, right? And people take it personal, but it's nothing personal. And it's a time for you to get better at that one thing that you may be missing. You know what I'm saying? And clients are scared to tell barbers that because they feel like that's going to be taken personal. I can't really tell them how I really feel about the cut, so I won't come back.
Right.
But you got to think, if they were able to tell you that, how they feel about something, and then you make it right, they will come back. And now you got opportunity to make that right. So they're going to make you better. They're going to make you better skill-wise, professional-wise, and customer service-wise.
Yes.
Because now you know how to deal with a disgruntled customer. Because you can always make it right.
Especially for the next person.
Exactly. So too, and if they come back, they give you an opportunity to try again. And it majority of the time you mess something up, it's usually something small.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Something you could fix. But communication is going to determine how you can fix that. And you communicate the right way, you're not gonna lose a client.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I actually, that's one of my greatest philosophies, is that in business there's no perfection.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if something is going on that your client or your customer, you know, they didn't agree with it, or something they didn't like, or let the customer or the client be able to let you know what it is.
Yeah.
So that it would, you know, they would not say, well, I don't want to come back here anymore. It's just like when you go to a restaurant and you probably didn't like the service that you received, or something was wrong that, you know, that you feel like you didn't get what you paid for.
Yeah.
As opposed to you saying, I'm not going back there no more. Talk to the owner, talk to management, and say, well, I had this experience there, you know, just letting you know, I want to come back, but I'm just letting you know that this is how I experienced this thing.
And it's funny. Yeah. And it's funny, I had a story I did some I know they say it's called Begin, we call it Beijing.
Yeah.
Color. So like I did a color service on somebody on North Side. It's like 2016. I did a service on a dude, and then, so I didn't know that Begin Spain so bad. So I did the color first and then did the cut. Yeah. So I gave him a taper, man. I was
He's rubbing.
Yo, I'm thinking like I'm about to have it joint right. The color on top, this dark on top. Now, if I was doing the Caesar, I'd have been in the game. I was doing the taper. So I tapered them. Oh, I saw the black behind the skin. I was like, oh no. And I had no stain remover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, caught up.
So I was like, yo. So to make that right, I had to give him a couple free joints.
Right.
Because the haircut was cool. And I did a couple free joints because I wanted to do it to where once the color stained off his skin, get it right.
Get it right.
And he gave me opportunity. I called him, I'm like, yo, my bad. I didn't know this, you know, my bad. I was just into doing color.
Right.
And barber school used volume and all that stuff, so I had never really used Beijing. It was tough. You ever started sweating? I'm like, I'm sweating, trying to get it right. I'm rubbing his head with alcohol. It ain't coming off. I said to him, like, yo, I messed this up, G.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right. And the bad part about it, he going to a wedding. So I had him on. He said I had to wear a hat the whole time.
Really? Yeah, that's tough. The client shows a lot of poise and respect for you, that he even gave you an opportunity to get it right and still be a client thereafter. You see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So that's that kind of relationship. Like I said, building relationships.
Right.
You know, that there, if it could have gone a different way, if you took it a different way, or you know, or if the client took it a different way too.
Right. And then even like you think about like the word that said God provides you a way of escape, right? My escape will listen to the tide, but I ain't listen to
Yeah.
I should listen to the tide.
People always say, Lord help me, right?
Right.
My answer to that is like, yo, he sent somebody already.
Yeah.
You turned them away.
Yeah.
So now you asking for help. Like every time they send somebody,
you reject them.
You reject them. So now you got to just accept what comes.
When it comes to tools, right? Right now, if I'm a barber, what's a great tool to go with? Could you sell the tools? You know the tools. You know the motors. If I want to get a trimmer or a trimmer and a clipper set at the beginning of barber, what's a good tool to start with?
All I can go by, like I said, I'm not a barber. I don't use these tools. I could only go by the response we get.
Okay.
You know, as far as sales is concerned. For a beginner, I would always say, for old school, you know, tools, the walls is always better for a beginner because it's forgiving.
Yeah.
You see?
I can see that. Yeah.
They're light. The wall magic clip, wall seniors. For beginners, great because the adjustment is good. It's light and it gets the job done.
Right.
The motor is not that high power that it, you know, you're gonna lose yourself on it.
Right.
You know? Okay. So that's for beginners out of school or in school. Now, moderately you move along the way, the new things is really good. Like for example, the best all around clipper combo, there's two. It would be the Babyless Low Pros.
Okay. The new ones or the old ones? They got
the same thing.
Okay.
Same thing. Clipper and trimmer, all around. They're not the sharpest. They're not, you know, but they definitely have a wall feel because there's the blades are wall design.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
It's all around. You know, nobody don't have to take what I'm saying. I'm just going according to what our customers come back and say, you know. But now, if you're talking about veterans and high powered, you know, torque and motor speed and all of that, then you might look into a newcomer. You got that teapot, quiet, sharp. You know, that's a good tool.
So those are good. Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, and they're economical too.
Okay.
And the JRLs.
I got some of those. Those official.
Yeah, you know, the trimmer, especially the Onyx.
That's what I got. I got all of them, matter of fact.
Yeah.
I don't got the white one, but I got the
Right,
other
that
three.
goes, you know. Yeah. And past that, now you go into real talk. You're talking about the style crafts.
Okay.
You know, the instincts, you know, those things are really powerful. It's like lawnmowers, you know, and, you know, not disparaging any clipper company, you know, I'm not a barber. The first thing, if you air this, they're gonna be like, yo, you don't know what you're talking about, you know. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, you're right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not here for that. I'm just going according to what the sales are.
Right.
And who is using what.
Right.
And the responses we get.
I think every tool you named I done had before. Had the first low pros. Those was really good. Once you get the blade set, those was like really, really good.
Right.
But right now, so going back to like the beginner, I wouldn't, after using the instincts, I wouldn't tell the beginner to get those.
Nah.
Because you could chop off hair like that. And be lost.
Unforgiving.
Yeah, it's very unforgiving. But it's like once you get them though, the blend and arm things, you ain't missing not a hair. You know what I'm saying? They're really good. But then like when you compare them to like the Saber 2, I don't know if anybody noticed, that's a great tool.
Yes.
The Saber 2 is a great tool.
Yes.
I would tell anybody to get that tool. Now the Echo Blade, it's cool, but it's thin. So like, I was breaking it, putting guards on. It chips that easy. So I put the Faber blade on it and look back.
A lot of people look for that Eco Blade.
It broke. Like I didn't realize it was a break until I looked at the guard and I saw the chip sitting on the magnet. I was like, what's wrong with these joints? You know what I'm saying? I started.
It's fine blade.
It's not right. It's not knock the blade good.
No.
But it's just that one defect on it. If they can fix that part, they have them on.
Yeah, but this is the thing. When it comes to that, you know, when it comes to the integrity of the blade, right? The thinner the blade, you know, everybody is used to. I would say barbers are used to the heavy steel blades that they could knock around.
Right.
They don't produce those anymore.
Nah.
Okay. You can't just drop your tool and.
Also, rap. You can drop it on the mat just over now.
That's far. I'm talking about you can't just drop it on the mat on your station, okay? Because it's so sensitive.
Metal, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You got to rest your tools down.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, take your time and rest it down. None of this, you drop it in a drawer with a bunch of other tools. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, and you're not going to know when it's going to happen. It takes one time.